everyone, and welcome to this first episode of the special edition of the HPA of Northwest Michigan Building Better podcast. We're going to be featuring an episode from each one of our Parade of Homes builders for the 2025 parade. I'm Lauren Tucker, your executive officer, and I'm joined today by Colin Bouchon from CMB Construction. Hi, Colin.
Hey, Lauren. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah.
Now, Colin is our reigning People's Choice Award winner. That's right?
Yeah. Yep.
And viewers, listeners, what that is at the end of the parade, each one of you who gets to come as an attendee has the opportunity to vote for your favorite home. And we tabulate those votes and we award the People's Choice. And Colin, you won last year.
Yeah, that was exciting. We really appreciated all the votes.
It was a beautiful home on Elk Lake, and it was a bit of a passion project.
Yeah, it was. That was actually my parents' personal home out there. So it was really fun to work with them and help them enact their dream and turn it into a reality.
And you guys all still like each other.
We do.
That bodes very well for anyone working with you.
Yep.
So, Colin, another unique and exciting detail this year is you're going to be presenting 2 entries.
Yeah, this is our first year doing 2 parade homes. So we've got our hands full on this one, but I think it really showcases a wide variety of what we can do. We have 2 homes. One is a little bit nicer and the other is a bit more economical, but it really kind of showcases what you can do within those budgets.
Yeah, that's awesome. So home number 1 is in the Crystal Lake area. Is that correct?
It's on Crystal River, which is in Glen Arbor. So it's actually really close to downtown Glen Arbor. It's about 2 blocks away, walkable to Arts Tavern there, which is a popular little area in Glen Arbor.
You don't say.
Yeah, you've heard of it.
I have heard of it. And folks, if you're going to Arts, make sure you bring your cash because it is cash only.
That is a really good point. It's just a beautiful location, serene environment, just a couple of blocks away from the hustle bustle of the downtown Glen Arbor area, which is just a gorgeous summer community.
Yeah.
And this is really a nice home with a lot of cool details in there.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what we will see in this year's Parade Home on the River.
Well, this home is a second home built for some clients, and the intent was it was a place they could bring their family up to spend some time. But they really had a kind of a finite budget that they had in their mind, and they really didn't want to exceed that budget. Albeit a very good budget, we had to be careful, as you do with any home build process.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is a really good example of all the details that you can add in there without blowing the bank. So we did make some budget concessions on windows and siding, but we have a ton of built-ins. We have a 2-sided fireplace that you can see each way. There's a sitting room that overlooks the river there. There's also a built-in area around the dining table, so it's got some built-in benches. I mean, this has a lot of built-ins in this house. It's really cool.
And so a lot of really unique finished carpentry.
Absolutely, and that's really where we prevail is that woodworking.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about the Alpine Drive home.
So the Alpine Drive home is a very different project. It was built to be cost-effective. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home that sits over top of a garage. Mm-hmm. It's fairly economical finishes, but with a big style. So we tried for a low price point, big style. So it does have affordable cabinetry. We did splurge and do some quartz countertops in there, but we kept the kitchen smaller because as soon as you get expansive, it starts getting expensive.
Yeah.
There are some built-ins, but they're simple and they're kind of done affordably, but they look really nice. And then there's, we have a really cool chevron detail, which is literally LP Smart Side siding that goes floor to ceiling all the way in the living room. And then the ceiling is covered in the chevron detail as well.
Interesting. I can't wait to see that.
It's pretty unique. It's cool.
Now, does that one have a flat roof?
That does. So we built that with a flat roof. This neighborhood is kind of an older neighborhood. There's a lot of mid-century modern type homes in there. And this lot is a very unique lot. Hence, it was one of the last lots left. So we didn't want the home to just appear like it was sitting down in a hole. And we also didn't want it to appear like it was very tall. So it was kind of this fine balance in the design phase to make something that kind of fit in with the neighborhood, but was cool and unique. So we came up with this kind of flat roof style. and we had a PVC roofing product put in there that has an integral decking. It's an IB decking product.
Oh, interesting.
So it's a PVC roof, but it's rated to be your actual decking up there. And we did this for future purpose.
Okay.
So someday in the future, if we wanted, we could do a spiral staircase from the deck on up onto top of the roof, and we could put glass railing around. We've had that engineered to support the additional load.
Oh, that would be cool.
It's built for it.
You never find me up there ever.
Yeah, whether we'll get there or not is a whole nother question. But, this is a rental property, so it is available for rent if anybody's interested in it.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it. And what I heard you say is you built something really beautiful on a tighter budget.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So you're going to be showcasing one on a bigger scale, and then you can also show the folks that are coming to the parade this year what can be achieved.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of the goal of putting both houses in there, is just to show a couple spectrums. Not that our house in Glen Arbor is a real super high-end one, but it has some amazingly nice details.
Mm-hmm.
They had a very respectable budget, and we were able to keep it within there and put a lot of custom details in there, and I think it shows really well.
Well, I'm excited that this year the parade has both the dream big projects, or the ones that like everyone wants to go see.
Yes.
To see how the other half lives.
Yeah. Well,
second, third, fourth homes. But we also have what is considered affordable for most people.
right. Well, and that's the nice thing about being able to put some homes in the parade, is to showcase all different levels. Like, it's really good for all of us to get out there, see what different budgets can have. Because if you're looking to build, it makes a lot of sense to kind of be able to see what other homes are in that kind of budget. Like, what can you get for the budget you're looking to spend? Because everybody has differing budgets, and that's a great thing.
Yeah.
But it's important that we set realistic expectations within those budgets. So it's nice to showcase all of those.
Well, and that's a great segue into talking about your process. So when you're interviewing someone to see if you're going to build for them, like, how does that process look?
Well, what I typically do is initially I will talk with people on the phone. So say somebody emails me and they express interest in meeting, I'll talk with them on the phone, and we'll just kind of talk out the process. I'll try to get a little bit of understanding of what it is that they're looking for, where they're looking to build, maybe the time frame that they're looking to build, and maybe if they have any idea of what type of investment they want to make in the project.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I'm asking that is just to try to ascertain if their desires are
In line with reality?
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to, try to set realistic expectations from the get-go, because that's how we navigate this big process.
Yeah.
So I just like they don't know what a new home would cost. We have to go through the process of actually costing that out, which is a big, detailed process. But sorry, I'll start over there. I segued into a little further down the line there. But one of the things we do after we kind of talk initially is I like to just meet people in person. So if they already have property, I can go meet them at their property. If they don't have property, I'm happy to view properties for people. I'm also a realtor. I do assist people in finding their properties if they're interested in doing that. So there's a lot of different ways, but I like to meet people in person, because to me, choosing your builder partner, the chemistry between the homeowners and the builders is probably one of the most important aspects. Like, this is a big process that people enter into, and we really need to make sure we can work well together, have a good mutual respect for each other all throughout the process. So it's really important that whomever you choose to work with is a good building partner and going to treat you fairly, and that's important.
Yeah. And I have heard you talk a lot about that relationship and how important it is and how important communication is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what advice would you give someone who's just thinking about building or getting ready to jump into a new build?
Well, I guess the first advice I would give people is choose a builder who's, one, capable of the build in the time frame that you're wanting to accomplish it, and one that's willing to tell you the truth about their capabilities and their time frames. And then two, make sure you've got a good working relationship with them. I liken it to, it's a financial marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once you get into a building arrangement like this, it's a long process. You have to be able to communicate. There will be hiccups. There will be hurdles. But, a good working relationship, you're going to work these issues out together very well, very easily. In general, it's a super fun, easy process. And it's really important that we just talk about the issues as they arise. We'll lay out the potential options to solve whatever hiccups arise. We'll talk about whatever cost implications there are, whatever timing implications there are. And as a team, we'll choose between those options. It's really a very simple process, and that's why I liken it to a financial marriage. It's a lot like a marriage at home where you just need to talk about things. Open communication.
Communication is the most important part.
Absolutely. It's honestly very easy to navigate these processes as long as we talk truthfully and openly together about whatever the issues are.
Well, Colin, I want to thank you for your time today. I'm very excited to see these two projects and excited for you folks to see them as well. And I also want to highlight on the fact that you're not only an HPA member or Parade Builder, but you're also on our leadership team. Colin, you've been on the board of directors for 2 terms and are serving currently as our vice president or second vice president.
Yeah, that's
so
correct.
You and I are going to get to spend a lot of time together here in the future. Well, I look forward to it, and thank you so much for all that you do for the HBA.
Thank you.
And good luck at this year's parade.
Thanks. Looking forward to it.
A huge part of what makes the Parade of Homes work is our incredible sponsors. And we're going to take a quick minute to get to know Chris Ostrowski from Builders FirstSource. Builders FirstSource is one of our parade sponsors this year.
Yes, we love it.
So, Chris, I have 5 questions for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
What inspired your business to get involved with the Parade of Homes?
Well, since we're a supplier to a builders, it made sense for us corporately to help support our builders.
Yeah.
A Bay Area contracting, for example, that we think it's really good for the HBA when somebody comes into the town where we're supplying the builders, that somebody calls you and says, hey, I'm looking for a really good builder. Who should I use? We believe we should support that at the highest level.
Yeah.
Because if somebody comes into town and then you get to say, here's a really good, reputable builder, and that's part of the biggest problem today is who can you trust?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it starts with you guys. And if it starts with trusting you, because you're out there and you make a recommendation to a great builder, I need to support that.
That's amazing.
So that's why we do it.
I didn't even pay you for that. You're paying me. What's one thing homeowners always ask you, and how do you answer it?
Okay, and this is a generic question, but it's almost every day. How much does it cost per square foot to build my house?
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't know.
Yeah.
And there's so many numbers out there. What is that per square foot number?
Yeah.
So here's how we answer it. It depends on the quality of your house. There's good, better, best. So there's the Taj Mahal. Let's say it's 2,000 square foot Taj Mahal or 2,000 square foot double wide.
Yeah.
They're different prices, even though they're the same square foot. So we like to say this crawl, walk, run, this good, better, best. Let's just go right in the middle.
Yeah.
And what's the average price in this area for a builder? And what is that square foot number? Well, the builder goes from $250 a square foot up to $500 a square foot. Well, wait a minute. What kind of finishes do you want? Do you want oak floors or do you want laminate?
Yeah.
Do you want Sub-Zero appliances or do you want used appliances? So all this numbers change per square foot. So that's a really tough one. So we try to educate them with the answer.
And I mean, we love the realtors. They're a huge part of what makes this process work. But price per square foot is really a real estate number. And the only thing in your home that you price by square foot is the flooring.
Right. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Why do we ask those questions? Because the public doesn't know. And this is why the HBA is good to recommend a good builder that can walk people through this kind of a crawl, walk, run to get them somebody reputable that they can trust.
Yeah. Call the HPA.
Yep.
What trend are you seeing in home building or design that you're most excited about?
Technology. In the building trades, it's been really difficult that we would take, let's say you came in with your blueprint. It's really a black and white, not blue, it's black and white.
Black and white.
And you lay it
And
down.
it's flat.
And it's flat. And I ask you to imagine your home in full color and in 3D. Well, wait a minute. The paint chip is 2x2. You mean you can't imagine your whole wall this color?
Very overwhelming.
And so, well, wait a minute. So now we've got something called My Builder at BFS that we put your blueprints in, and the blueprints come out, and it can actually walk through your house virtually.
That's incredible.
I can change the color of the cabinets. I can change the flooring. I can change the windows. I can put a slider in. Well, what's that cost? How much more is that? So we can, right there, show you how much more something costs. Oh, I got to rebid that. Oh, let me get back to you. Oh, that's not what you picked.
Yeah.
So you can sit on your iPad and go through 500 front doors to the one you like.
Yeah.
Click on it, sign with your finger, and that locks your door purchase in for the front door. So it's really nice. The technology is really, through AI,
Yeah.
it's really amazing, the technology. So that's really the big trend, is the technology.
You might have already answered this, but what's one thing your business does that makes clients say, wow?
Well, I think we're 22 billion. We're nationally ran, but we're locally run.
Yeah.
So the good question is, we've got some really good people at our store that
You
has
have an incredible team at your
a
store.
window person, a door person, a flooring person, a lumber person. So there's somebody, this team that can help put together somebody that's an expert, not in everything. No one's an expert in everything. So this is really nice. You get to work with a team of people, and our store, because our showroom's 20,000 square foot plus, that they can sit down and you can lay out your whole house. And you can visually then take those into the visualizer on an 85-inch flat screen and look at your house.
Yeah. I love coming into BFS because it's
Thank
like
you.
my own playhouse.
It's great. We love to have you. We love the HBA, and we love the partnership.
Yeah.
And we're many years going forward with this. It's really good.
Yeah. Well, we love you guys. And my last question, if your team were competing on a home renovation show, which we know those are all fiction.
Well, they try, right?
Yeah. What would be your superpower?
I think our superpower is speed. I think because we have AI now doing all your estimating, there's not someone looking at it. It's two forms of AI, and it comes out with your lumber, it comes out with your pricing, it comes out with your quickly.
Yeah.
And the nice part is it's really low mistakes. So every time there's a mistake, it ripples through the trades.
Yes.
So I think our superpower is that we can get something going, and we're very confident in doors, windows, siding, trim, deck, flooring, all this in order because the pricing's done. The visually, you've picked everything. Everybody's agreed on exactly what this house looks like, and I think that's our superpower.
Amazing. Well, thanks, Chris. Thanks for sharing what makes BFS so special. And thank you to BFS for being a great sponsor of the parade.
Love the HBA.
Welcome back. We're joined now by Will Saputo from Royal Stag Construction. Hi, Will. How's it going?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I am super excited to see this year's parade entry because it was under construction the last time I was out on the property.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's so beautiful out there.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell the listeners what they can expect to see this year?
So the Yuba Farmhouse is it's on a multi-house development that we're doing a mile north of the horse show, and it's part of our Royal Stag Properties development for short-term rentals and then long-term rentals, focusing on the horse show. And then we'll be breaking ground on the winery tasting room that will be in the center of that for that group. But this one is the third that we've built on site with one more to go.
Okay.
That'll be after the winery tasting room. So this is the second best one. We had the Ann Riley, which was the flagship one, and that won the Parade of Homes Best Exterior. First home out of the gate.
It's just incredible views out there.
Thank you. So this is on that same ridge line. They're separated by about 15 acres. So it still has those massive views, full sunset, the full length of Old Mission and East Bay from town all the way out to Lake Michigan is visible. So it's spectacular, but lots of bedrooms.
Same look
lots of
and feel
bathrooms.
with the white farmhouse.
Yep. So the theme of that development is white and black, which matches the Yuba vineyards that it's weaved throughout. So that's the color palette that we chose. But we did a couple exterior features on that and brought some gray board and batten in and cedar patterns on it. So
well, and they show so beautifully, especially this time of year when everything's so green and budding, and the white and black just pops.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
and can we expect a wraparound porch as well?
not on this one. It's got patio out the back with the fireplace. But again, its parcel is almost 8 acres. And then the land is very undulating behind it where the hunting preserve goes. And then we'll be installing the 1 acre vineyard block behind it next spring.
Okay.
So
when a guest stays at this property, do they have access to the hunting preserve?
that's a private membership club.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we'd welcome them. Yeah,
Or
most
for
of
a
that-
price.
Yeah, most of that hunting goes on in the fall. So
Yeah.
it's we really focus on like the equestrian stuff during the bulk of peak season, and then in the fall time is the upland hunting, September through January.
And I don't think I understood just how much property you have over there. It extends all the way to Williamsburg Road.
So the front 45 or so is off of Sailor Road, and then the back 80 is along Bates.
Okay.
So it's 123 acres, and then we have a 6 acre lot across the street of Bates, Tobico.
Okay.
So we have a 5 acre vineyard on that right now with a house planned for that location as well.
Oh,
So
that's premium.
we just have to get caught up on our schedule and get these interest rates down in order to do that. The last 4 years, launching a construction company like this was, it's been pretty
Not for the
pretty
faint of
interesting.
heart.
No, not at all. So, but if we can get through this, which we will, we'll be in high cotton
Yeah.
in the years to come.
So what are your favorite features of this particular project?
I like the open layout. So as soon as you step into the kitchen, it flows all the way through the great room with the fireplace, and it was really well done. So we used a collaboration through TCLEG, which is a 501c3 nonprofit that I founded and I'm the president of. So all of our subcontractors are part of this.
Okay.
It's part of a vetting process, but they also pay in membership to get different coaching for business plans all the way through teaching multiple pillars of income, tax mitigation strategies. But all their proceeds go to local charities, women's and children's charities. So
Amazing.
like Father Fred, Norte Bikes, Mount Holiday, Step Up Northern Michigan. So through that, we partnered with Lauren and Mitch Howell through G&Co Designs. And this is right when we contracted with them for them to do all of our spec homes, but she came in at the tail end and put her spin on it. So it was our first like hybrid. And you're going to see the difference between my super masculine function that I did in Ann Riley, and you're going to know like a professional woman came into this project and absolutely hit it out of the park. So there was G&Co brands, and then Midwest Exteriors did a lot of the project. We used Crom Construction. We used their architectural group, Kyle Ashon at Integrity, and then a whole list of other guys. There was probably 15 subs on there from TCLEG. TJ's Painting was in there again. And I'm sorry for all the people that I'm leaving out right now, but we would be here for another 20 minutes talking about
it does take a village to raise a family or raise a house.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
So now we got a group, and the whole premise of putting that all together is so that, you know, once we get to doing 5, 7, 10, we're all working together on the same projects. So then it's all our business schedules are the same schedule.
Okay.
And it's very important that, you know, we don't mess that up for one another.
Right.
And then those guys are really helping our project manager with, they know that they'll be done 3 days. So they call the next sub and prepare them. And then our project manager is getting the call like, hey, I'll be there Monday. I already got the call from electrical.
That's
So
great.
plumbing's coming
They're
in.
figuring out their own schedule.
Yes.
So do you guys only or prefer to work with spec homes?
So we are open to doing custom builds. But right now, like I'm focusing in and fine tuning the process.
Yeah.
Before then, we're doing it for somebody with their money. So
That makes
I'm
sense.
practicing and playing with my own.
Yeah.
And learning all those lessons, and then sorting out obviously any subcontractors over the last 4 years. We've gotten to like a really good point with the ones that we have now.
Yeah.
But it took a couple years
It always
being
does.
new
Yeah.
to get the right crew of guys. Right.
Northern Michigan is a pretty tight-knit community, so proving that you're here for the long run and you're here for the right reasons is a big deal.
Yep.
And I think that that's cool that you're building businesses and you're also giving back to the community. It's 100% what we're all about.
Yeah.
And just for our listeners out that may not know what TCLEG is, it's the TC League of entrepreneurial gentleman. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah. And I definitely have seen the T-Clegg logo on some shirts, like Mark Warner's sleeve as well. So if you folks see that out there, now you know what that is.
Yeah. So next year we have it on our list to do is to run one of the HBA booths because you guys make a charitable contribution to that. So that's on our list of things to do. Maybe it'll even be one of the houses that T-Clegg built together. So
that would be neat.
It could be one of the two in Lock and Heath that we have going right now. I think we're going to miss Wolverine Heights by about 30 days.
Yeah.
But hopefully that one sells or sells and we don't have that around for next parade. But yeah, that should be a good listing. And then strategic members, Don Fedregon and Molly Buttleman, they're the listing agents on it. And they support the charity as well at the silver level. So
that's great.
Everybody from top to bottom of the process is part of the supporting the charity mission as well.
That's great.
And then coaching each other and helping each other do the best.
In preparation for the parade this year, we were counting out or adding all of the donations that have been made to the parade, and we've donated over $400,000 to local nonprofits.
That's awesome.
Which it's a huge help to have them because this is such a big planning extravaganza, so many moving parts, and to be able to have them partner with the builders to host our guests and then return some of the money back to them has been a big part of the parade and keeping it going.
Yeah. So I started T-Clegg mid-2023. We launched in 24. So this June we'll be at $70,000 in local donations, and we'll be at 90 by the end of the year.
Oh, that's great.
The goal is within 20 years to hit $1 million. But if we can grow our membership, and now we're grant writing and all these other things, like we can speed that process up a little bit.
Have a larger impact.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we're excited.
Well, Will, I am excited to see this house. And Riley was beautiful, but you're right. It definitely was a bachelor's pad. It fits you very well. Beautiful home. But I'm definitely excited to see what you have for us this year.
Yeah.
And good luck to you with the judges and the People's Choice.
Thank you.
And you can see Royal Stag Construction on the parade.